Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor, coming live once again from the beautiful city of Hamilton here in New Zealand. Coming live as always on Facebook, YouTube, two channels. My channel, which is Arun Jacob, as well as on AJB Global, which is the official channel of our company, which is AJB Services, also known as AJB Global. And I'm also coming live on Instagram. So I'm going to quickly turn and say hello to all my wonderful followers on Instagram. So today the angles change a little bit. Normally I try and keep the Instagram camera as well closer to the laptop so that people can follow it and it'll. But yeah, hey, look, today just have a slightly different angle for my Instagram thing. So yeah, it's been a while since I came live. I think I had to cancel my live session last week, and yeah, because I've been a very busy guy going around and being the sponsor of something really wonderful we at AJB managed to achieve over the last few days and weeks. So AJB was one of the key sponsors at the India versus New Zealand test match that was played in Christchurch at the Hadley Oval Park in Christchurch, and we were the absolutely the proud sponsors of. So we were like the chief sponsors, the main sponsors at the Hagley Oval Ground, and by virtue of which I was invited to be part of the proceedings for the cricket match. So which was wonderful because. It was rather special and quite a good privilege to be in that pavilion with the who's who of cricket. So the some of the greats of New Zealand cricket, like Sir Richard Hadley and Brendan McCullum and Brian Macmillan, and quite a lot of them were all hanging around the pavilion. And I was there with a few of my friends, and they did mention it during the lunch break as well that AJV is the sponsor for the test match. It felt rather special. Felt very happy. I think money well spent because our boards were on the two main pavilions where the players were sitting, the Indian players and the New Zealand players. The Black Caps and the Indian team had that separate dressing rooms, and on both the balconies was this big, massive black and white board which said AJV Education Migration, and it was stunning to sit at that beautiful ground and watch Test cricket and see the name of our company, very prominently displayed and going live to millions of people in different parts of the world. And then after the match got over, ICC posted, which is the International Cricket Council, so they posted a picture of Virat Kohli, the Indian cricket captain, and Kane Williamson, the New Zealand cricket captain. And strangely, it looked like almost they were posing for it, but right in the middle of both of them was the AJV sign, and it looked like they were actually posing for it, but it was one of those one in a million random clicks, which was then again posted by ICC on their official Instagram feed, and which has got 11.5 million followers. So yeah, very special. And then of course that picture also got posted onto BBC and Times of India and quite a lot of other news channels. So yeah, very happy, very pleased. I also got to meet on a one-on-one basis with quite a few senior people of the Indian cricket team. So I had a lovely evening with Mr. Ravi Shastri, who is the coach of the Indian cricket team, and then I also caught up with Bharat Arun, who is the bowling coach, and Sridhar, who is the fielding coach, and Vikram Rathod, who is the batting coach. And then quite a few of the players were also coming around and catching up, and got to meet some of the players' wives as well, because they were all hanging out about in the in the pavilion where all of us were, sort of sitting and enjoying the match. So I kind of got to speak and say hello to quite a few of the players' wives as well. It was nice, nice, gentle way of watching Test cricket and also being a sponsor and feeling rather special. I hope you guys will watch this on your TVs or go back and check to see on different feeds. And yeah, I hope you do that. So that's what happened. So that's been the one of the most exciting things that has happened to me in the last 10, 15 days. I think all the travel did take a little out of me because I came back home with a reasonably tired body and mind. I was telling my team today that they're going to see a very sick, Arun Jacob coming and doing this live session. So yeah, if I start coughing and spluttering and gasping for breath, people don't stress and think I'm about to have a heart attack or something. I'm just fine. Just a bad throat as always, and also the weather's turning here in New Zealand. And today we had a fair bit of rain. I'd been to Auckland along with my senior colleague Mary, and so we had gone to speak to somebody who does some work for AJV. So on the way back it was absolutely bucketing down, and it was, yeah, hopefully the strong hot summer we've had in New Zealand is kind of going to get over, and we are going to move into beautiful autumn and experience all those lovely autumn colors, and then gradually move into that zone where we still can't sit with just this t-shirt and start having those nice thick jumpers and sweaters around us. Talking about t-shirt, I'm sure you guys can see that today I'm not wearing my usual AJV t-shirt, which is what I normally wear and do these live sessions. This t-shirt, as you can see, is from Lincoln University uh, of New Zealand. So while I was in Christchurch, not only did I watch and enjoy the Test cricket as a sponsor, but I also took the time out to go and meet our colleagues and friends at Lincoln University from the international department, as well as from the University of Canterbury, where they actually had a day to introduce some new things that they're doing and stuff. So I was not just sitting and watching cricket and acting all important, but I was also getting out there and doing some work. So I went to Lincoln University, and as has been the norm with our live sessions, which myself and my colleagues Mary and Tulika and Navya, as licensed advisors, we all come live, and we've decided that it takes a while for some of the questions to appear on those live sessions. So we decided we're gonna start each of our sessions talking about one particular institution to give you a better understanding and insight. And today, my choice, I was asked to speak about Lincoln University, which is the reason I'm here sitting with this lovely T-shirt, which I got last week from Lincoln University. So I was there along with my colleague Nicholas, who is our official filmmaker, and we did a nice walkthrough of the campus. And I also got to meet Roger, who is the director international at Lincoln, and then I met Annie, who's a dear friend for many, many years, and the international marketing manager. And I met Julian Becker and a few other people, and went around. And Nick and I, we actually shot a lovely walkthrough of the campus. So Nick is about to complete the editing on that, and he's gonna put it together. But today, the I need to speak a little bit about Lincoln and do a bit of an introduction. So yeah, Lincoln is a very interesting institution because it was initially called the School of Agriculture of Canterbury University College. So it started in, and a lot of people might think it is a very recent institution. It is not. It has actually started in 1878, which is a very, very long time ago. So it's like more than 100 years old, and almost coming up to 78, 98, 80, 98, 2000. Yeah, almost coming up to its 150th year actually as an institution. So it's got a lot of strong history behind it. And it did start obviously with a lot of focus on agriculture. And the first question, that comes to people's mind when you talk about Lincoln University is whether it is named after Abraham Lincoln, because that's the most famous Lincoln in the world, of course. So when I was doing my walkthrough and Julian was the host and he was taking me, guiding me around the campus, I also asked him the same question as the opening question when we started our walkthrough, and he laughed and he said, "No, it's got nothing to do with Abraham Lincoln, the American president." The fact is that this um, university is located in a town called Lincoln. It's a small city called Lincoln, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away from Christchurch. So it is like like a sister city to Christchurch, and so because it is located in this city called Lincoln is the reason it is called Lincoln University. It's got nothing to do with Abraham Lincoln or civil rights. So yeah, so and it started off with a very strong emphasis towards agriculture, and that sort of thing, because it was land-based university. But like I said, it's not a new institution. It's been around as when it started its life as School of Agriculture of Canterbury University College back in 1878. So it's been around for a very, very long time. And the beauty of, I'll just reel off some of the things that I personally feel about Lincoln University, because I mean, there is a lot of published data already which everybody can read. But I think what you want is first-hand information from me as a guy who lives in New Zealand and talking about this university. Yeah, it's a very good university, and being away from Christchurch and being in a smaller city, and again, not very far. It only takes about 15 minutes to reach Christchurch city. So the cost of living is a lot lesser in Lincoln town. So a lot of students who go to Lincoln University actually stay in Lincoln City. So the cost of living is quite less, and they're able to commute to the university quite easily. Campus is fantastic. I've been there a few times, and this was, last week was the most recent. Fantastic campus. For those of you who are big into sports, two very important facts about Lincoln is that it has produced some of the best rugby players of New Zealand, as well as some of the best cricket players of New Zealand. In fact, New Zealand cricket has got its high performance center in the campus of Lincoln University. So if you're studying at Lincoln University, more than likely you'll be rubbing shoulders with a lot of these famous cricketers who come there and increase their performance and do their training there. The latest star of New Zealand cricket, which is this tall giant called Kyle Jamieson, who is a 6 feet 8 inches tall giant who's had a fantastic debut against India. He's from Lincoln University as well. So he is probably one of the latest stars to come out of Lincoln University. So although the universities are moving away a little bit from that and coming on to the kind of subjects and courses that Lincoln teaches, although it started off with a very strong agriculture focus, now they also teach, and this I'm absolutely reading off a list. So they also teach academic English, accounting, agribusiness, animal science, biochemistry, biological science, business management, commerce, communication, computing and information technology, design, ecology, economics, engineering, entomology, environmental studies, finance, food science, forestry, genetics, horticulture, international rural development, landscape architecture, law studies, management, Maori studies, marketing, microbiology, philosophy, physical science, plant protection, plant science, psychology, quantitative methods, recreation, research essays, science, social science, soil science, tourism, valuation and property management, water resource management, and wine growing. So, as you guys can see, it has now acquired a much more all-round sort of picture, and offering a lot of courses, and it's moved away. I won't say it's moved away. It retains its core and heart as an agriculture related institution, and then of course it's now added a lot of other things, including IT and business and commerce, design, so management. So they have kind of become a much more well-rounded university. Now, the one course I think that stands out for us as an agency or a company that is recruiting students to go to Lincoln is definitely food science. So we've had a lot of clients who have gone to Lincoln University to do their food science, and this particular course is doing exceptionally well because I think the food science is in the long-term skills shortage list of New Zealand, and Lincoln has got a really strong department. I met this very delightful Italian lecturer, I forget his name, who is sort of the head of the department. I'm trying to remember his name, but he had this very delightful Italian accent, and so he took us into the labs where they're doing the food science and showed us around. And again, I asked him a lot of questions about employability and careers after they finished this course, and he was very, very positive and buoyant about what is possible. So food science certainly stands out, and I can tell you with assurance, boys and girls, that doing this course from Lincoln University will set you up for success because food scientists are in the long term skill shortage list of New Zealand, and all our students who have gone to Lincoln for this particular course have emerged as very successful employees, and most of them have also gone on to get their residence. And yeah, absolutely great. So, but I mean, but again, I know, word of caution: Lincoln is not only about food science or only about agriculture. It's got a lot of other lovely facets and elements as well, including IT, engineering, and stuff. And the other highlight of my trip to Lincoln was when they took us to the vineyard, because they also have a course in winemaking, and it was lovely to be there. And we actually plucked some grapes of the wines there and tasted them. It was, yeah, pretty fun to speak to some of the professors, and I was hoping to come back with a bottle of wine as a gift, but that didn't happen. But I did get this lovely T-shirt. So that's about Lincoln. So you can choose Lincoln with 100% confidence. There is no problem with either its location or its delivery or its standards or the kind of support you will get from the international office and your fellow students while you're at Lincoln. All right. So think of Lincoln strongly, and talk to us at AJB, and we will make it happen. Okay. So that was a pretty nice, good, long introduction. I hope there are some queries now that have come up. I'm also going to catch my breath for a moment and have a sip of water before my throat dries up and I start coughing my guts out on live camera. So, hey, look, guys, I also forgot to show you my license, which is what I normally tend to do when I start my session. So that license, it's almost on the verge of expiry, actually. So after the session, I'll need to sit and work on my, yeah, the renewal of my license. And the way renewals work for us licensed advisors is that there are two types of renewals. There is something called a fast track renewal, and then there is something called by like the exam and some of the work you've done. So there have been no issues, and you've all been kind of doing your work diligently, and there are no complaints raised against you. Then you actually get something called the fast track renewal, which is what I got this time. So all I have to do is go online and upload some documents, pay the fees, and hopefully I will get a replacement for that very, very soon. And from next time onwards, hopefully I will start showing my new license. Cool. Now here we are. 46 people watching this, out of which a lot of my wonderful team members are already there. Hello, gang. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry if I don't sound as energetic as always, but all of you are making an old man work way too hard, and so it is not me, but all of you who's pulling. I was just kidding, guys. Anyway, right, Ankit Wagela, our fantastic AGV client and fabulous student who makes us all very proud. And he says, had also the pleasure of Virat Kohli walking into my souvenir shop last month. Oh, fantastic, Ankit. That's such. I've met other cricketers in Tank Juice outlet in Wellington. Fantastic. They can roam around freely in New Zealand because it's relatively safer and not a lot of people in here recognize them. That is true, actually, Ankit. I think that's a good observation. In Hamilton, the AJV office is right next to the Novotel Hotel, where the cricketers stay when they come to New Zealand, especially to Hamilton. And every day our team would watch them going in and out of their hotel, and they all got used to that line bikes. And so our team, all members, also saw Virat, his wife Anushka, and most of the other boys of the team just going around and just being themselves. That's the beauty of New Zealand. I think we don't have the celebrity culture here. And so I find people are not enamored by celebrities or big politicians or cricketers. They really don't care. And I think that also kind of gives us migrants, people who come from other cultures, especially a country like India, where there is a massive celebrity cult, so to speak, and those these poor people can't even walk on the streets without getting mobbed and stuff like that. So I like that aspect about New Zealand is that they just look at you, whether you're a big cricket player or a rugby player or a politician, they just look at you as another human being. And I think that is another aspect of New Zealand that I really, really like as a person who lives here and as a proud Kiwi now. So yeah, well recognized, Ankit. And yeah, Virat is probably, in fact, I think Virat made a very interesting statement at the start of the series. He said, even if you want to hate the New Zealanders, you can't. So, I mean, coming from Virat, that's a pretty big statement. So, Yeah, that's the kind of yes country that we are blessed to live in. So warm welcome to come to New Zealand and become a Kiwi yourself. And the way to do it is just give us a call or send us an email, and those are our contact details. And if you do that, you guys will be able to get in touch with us. We have toll-free numbers in India and New Zealand, so you guys can get in touch with us, and our team will do the best we can to get you here into New Zealand. Cool. Next one is from Karen. Karen KS. He says, "Hi Arun, I'm an AGV client with Mariam for graduate diploma in engineering technology with mechatronics stream. Should I choose Welltech or Wintech?" Okay, Karen, thanks for that piece of information. Thanks for establishing yourself. As an AGV client, and I'd be delighted to answer your question. Do you want to go to Welltech or Wintech? Well, that's a very difficult question to answer, Karen, because both of them are very good institutions. Both of them are owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. Both are large institutions. One is based in the capital city of New Zealand, which is Welltech, and the other one is based in one of the fastest growing cities in New Zealand, Hamilton, where I live and where AJV is headquartered. And because of the proximity to Auckland, we are growing very rapidly, and a lot of people are choosing to come to Hamilton and move away from Auckland because there is also a proposal to set up a railway line between. I mean, there is already a railway line, but they're trying to introduce some kind of a high-speed train between Hamilton and Auckland, and one of the local members of parliament is a very good friend. And because being a member of parliament, he has this insights as to when the things are going to happen, and is very confident that this high-speed rail. So it's a very difficult question for me to answer whether Welltech or Wintech, because both are very good institutions, and we have a great working relationship with both of them. Like I said, both are good cities, and I would say go through, and in a situation like this, when I simply cannot say choose this or choose that, I would suggest, because you are the student, sit with the papers of individually. Ask Mariam to, or you can do some research of your own and sit with the papers, because sometimes there'll be a slight variation in papers being offered at Welltech and the papers being offered in Wintech, and sometimes that one single paper might be something that will reach out to you and say, okay, that is of interest to me. So there might be something like how to start a business in mechatronics as a paper, which one institution is offering and the other one is not offering. And you might be a future, potentially an entrepreneur, and you might want to get some information around that kind of stuff as well. So that's my recommendation, Karen. But yeah, both of them are equally good institutions. The other factor you can consider is if you have any friends or relatives in either one of the city. That is also a good factor, because it's always good to have somebody who is already come ahead of you, and that can help you to get in faster. The other factor, of course, to consider is that AJV is based in Hamilton, so you'll always have us to fall back on. But AJV is also going to set up offices in Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch shortly. In fact, today I was discussing with Mary, my colleague, while we were going to Auckland and coming back here. So more than likely, we're going to roll out our offices in all the other cities as well. So yeah, like I said, sit with the papers, and hopefully that will give you the answer. All right, Karen. But hey, look, thank you so much for choosing AGV. Much, much appreciated. I mean, because as smart young people, you have the choice of going to a lot of these companies who claim to ensure that you have a good time in New Zealand. But we are based here, and we are ensuring our clients are having a good time and receiving all the best support they can from a professional organization filled with a lot of licensed immigration advisors. All right, Karen, hope to see you here in New Zealand soon, mate. So there's Gayatri Mohan who's saying, would you please help my daughter become your client? Firstly, as we have a long way to go ahead. Hey, Gayatri, yeah, we would love to help your daughter. You have not mentioned if your daughter is in New Zealand, or she's still in India or some other country. So you will need to confirm to us where she is, and contact us. You can call our team. If you're based in India, call our team in India on this toll-free number. It is 1-800-103-6525. If she's already in New Zealand, you can ask her to give us a call on 0800 which is our toll free number, or she can connect with us. You can inbox me her contact details, and also mention what kind of support and service that she is wanting to require. And yeah, we'll do our best to help her. But yeah, we're absolutely delighted to always acquire more clients and good clients. And yeah, our team is big and strong enough to cater to a lot of clients. We are almost 41 or 42 people at this moment, and it's growing quite dramatically. So we have the depth of people and expertise to be able to help. So please ask your daughter to get in touch with us, Gayatri, and we would absolutely love to help. All right. Amrita asked me a question. Amrita, you're being a bad girl. You haven't left your contact details, nor have you uh, mention whether you're an AJV client or not. I normally do not answer questions unless and until one of these things is ticked, which is that you have to either confirm that you're an AJV client, or you'll have to share your contact number. So, Amrita, I'm going to answer your question in good faith, that you will share your contact number with us if you're not an AJV student. Or if you're an AGV student, you just confirm to me that you're an AGV student. But how is EIT College in Napier? Fantastic, no problems with EIT, nor about the city of Napier. If you go back to my YouTube channel, and which is Arun Jacob, just go to YouTube and type Arun Jacob, and you will see that I have my channel. And I think that I made a video about Napier as a city, and also I've been there a few times. And yeah, lovely campus. Our students are absolutely having a good time, no complaints whatsoever about the institution. We have a great rapport with the senior managers at EIT, and but so far so good. And again, not sure what particular course you're choosing, but yeah, EIT is good, owned and operated by the government of New Zealand, so no problems about that. So you're assured of good quality and safety, which means it's not an institution that suddenly shut shop one day and you're left in the lurch with your fees gone and not knowing what to do next. So absolutely brilliant institution. And now that I've answered and given my opinion, Amrita, I'm hoping you will share your contact number with us so that we can talk to you and engage you and speak to you more at length about EIT and Napier, and what are the things to expect in New Zealand, and all the things you need to do to succeed eventually. Because it's not an easy journey, guys. And well, I've stopped using it nowadays, but in the early days of my live sessions, I used to use this very cliche term saying that when you decide to go overseas, whether on migration or education with the thought of migration, eventually the real drama starts after you land in the country. I've been a migrant to 2 or 3 different countries. I spent some time in the US, UK, and traveled to Canada and a few other places, and then I moved to New Zealand and sort of settled down here finally. I can tell you the real drama always starts after you land in the country, and which is what we are trying to do, Amrita, and the rest of you all listening to this particular broadcast. Is we understand, we are migrants ourselves who've been through the cycle, and that's the reason we've set up our processes in such a way that once we are done doing your admission visa or your visa properly in India, when you land here, our local team takes over and we continue to hold your hand and walk with you till you are, sort of strong enough to walk by yourself. So that's really what sets apart AJB, I believe, and it's working like a charm. And if you go back to Google and type for our listing on Google and say, people are giving us reviews. We are not asking them, we are not forcing them. Or if you go to Facebook, there are people, voluntarily leaving their reviews. And that absolutely gladdens our heart because, we are, like I said, we're just waking up and doing a good job every day. And my wonderful team and I, all we're doing is, we're staying committed to our clients and to our ethos that we will do this business as well as we can, as professionally as we can, as honestly as we can, and in the most friendly and frank manner that we can. It seems to be working, Amrita. So if you are serious about succeed in New Zealand, talk to us at AJB. Inbox me on Facebook, and I'll have one of my team members contact you. Gayatri has come back and said, currently my daughter is doing 12th grade with PMC and physical education. Would you please suggest best engineering course? Yeah, sure, Gayatri. But because she's got a very interesting combination of PMC, which I'm thinking is physics, mathematics, chemistry, and then also and physical education, which is a reasonably interesting combination, really. So I don't know. I mean, we would like to have a talk with her. I would like to check with her what exactly her interest is. If she is strong in her physics, math, chemistry, and wants to get into engineering, yeah, certainly we can help her with that. But for whatever reason, she has actually got an interest towards physical education. There are some fantastic courses in sports and exercise, and management of sports and exercise. Potentially she could also lean towards other things which are related to sport and exercise science and those kinds of things. So a lot of options are definitely available, and great opportunity for a young girl who, after completing her 12th, can come to New Zealand and study a bachelor's. A lot of advantages of doing a bachelor's here in New Zealand, because over those 3 years, you will end up becoming sort of completely attuned to the city, to the country, and totally acclimatized to being a Kiwi. So, which will set you up very well for your future career and settlement in New Zealand, because once you do your bachelor's, you also get a 3 years post-study work visa. So I'd say, Gayatri, please share your number, and please connect yourself and your daughter to our team. Or, like I said, you can call us yourself on these numbers. I'm assuming you're based in India, so you can call us on these numbers, and one of our very knowledgeable and very well-trained advisors will connect with you, and then we will take it forward from there. All right. Thank you. Okay. Karen is back. Karen has asked us now. Karen's thrown googly at me, and he is now offering a third institution besides Welltech and Wintech, and he is now asking, what about ARA, CAD CAM from ARA, which is also linked to mechatronics, and so mechatronics obviously is the marriage between mechanical engineering and electronics, and there's some beautiful work happening in that particular area. And I think when artificial intelligence gets married to this already strong marriage, I think it'll get even more potent. Uh, Karan, I think you are choosing some very good courses and some very good institutions, and all of them have good potential. Mechatronics has good potential, but maybe CAD CAM is very clearly defined because it's computer aided design and computer aided manufacture. So it is a very clearly defined path. So maybe that will actually help you to crack a job a lot quicker. Because again, some of our students who've been into done this course in CAD CAM um, have succeeded very quickly, because mechatronics, while of course it is a also a technical engineering sort of a subject course, is not very clearly defined, so to speak. But CAD CAM is just CAD CAM. It can't be anything else. So, and for employers in New Zealand, if you're looking at a longer term perspective of getting employed after your course is completed, yeah, perhaps CAD CAM. And I would actually pick CAD CAM over mechatronics. If you were to ask me what is my first choice, I'd say CAD CAM, because I think you are eligible to go either into CAD CAM or into mechatronics. So yeah, but if I really had to pick and choose, I'd say CAD CAM one and mechatronics two. Okay, cool. Hopefully that answers your question. Uh, Clayton says, don't know, didn't know this was happening. Just joined the chat. Hope I'm not too late. Don't worry, Clayton. Even if you joined it late, you can rewind it later once it becomes a video and sits on our Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, just rewind and go back and watch it from the beginning. But hey, look, thanks for joining, buddy. Appreciate your presence here today. Shubham Chauhan says, I want to come New Zealand for graduate diploma in business. Please tell me which city is best for me as concerned about part-time job and full-time job. Okay, Shubham, more than your concern about part-time job and full-time job, I'd be concerned about your choice of course, my friend. Is why are you taking this course in the graduate diploma in business? Because sometimes this particular course can be not very clearly defined, and I am not a very big fan of people who are fresh graduates opting to do a graduate diploma in business. Because, and actually you must go back to my YouTube channel and see one video, which is I think one of the earliest videos I made about 2 or 3 years ago, and it sits on my channel, and I think it's got some of the most views, which says, I think it says, what business course should I study in New Zealand? I think is the topic or title of that particular video. Go back and watch that Shubham, because I'm not a fan of, as an advisor, we are all young people come to me for advice. I'm not a fan of young people jumping into management courses and business courses because to go through that path, if you're coming into business at a higher level, at a postgraduate level, doing a PG diploma and specializing in marketing, or you're coming into doing a course in business at a PG diploma level, specializing in accounting or something like that, I'm fine with it. I have no problems with it. But when you come for a generic business course and you're already concerned about your part-time and full-time job, I think you will need to reevaluate a little bit to see whether this is actually the best choice for you. Because unfortunately, some of the biggest failures in New Zealand who came with the aspiration of studying in New Zealand and finding a job and settling down took these generic business courses. And just recently, I was at the shop where I go to pick up my weekly quota of booze, and then I met this guy who was, became like a friend now because I keep going there every other weekend. So, and he said like he also came and did a generic course in business, and then he actually had a beautiful background in market research, and ideally he should have gotten into a postgraduate diploma level, because also at a PG diploma level, if you have the English, that means you end up with a 3 years post-study work visa, and that's the kind of stuff that will set you up for success, Shubham, not generic graduate diplomas in business. We are not big fans of that, to be honest. And there will be these stupid, silly agencies which will try and push you into them because that's their quality. They can only deal with students or institutions of that level. So, but we don't, our students are right up there. So, Shubham, thanks for sharing your number. I'll have one of our advisors get in touch with you and examine to see what is it that we can help you with. In the business side of things, because within business as well there are good specific areas which will make you a professional in that specific area, and not do a very generic business course which really will not do anything for you. All right, so thanks for reaching out. I think it's one of the most important decisions of your life that you shared your number today, and one of us is going to talk to you and give you some good, honest, friendly, and frank advice. All right, cool. Collins Asdo has got a very interesting number. I can't make out from where that is. Um, yeah, it could be from any country. I don't have the time to Google it. But okay, I've been rambling on without checking to see if I'm quickly checking to see what if and there are any comments from my team. And right, so there is a query from Srikant Krishnamurti, who says, "Hey everyone, welcome back after a couple of weeks. You look fresh and energetic." Thank you, Srikant. I didn't realize I was fresh and energetic. I thought today was one of my lowest days. In fact, I was telling my team, you're likely going to see a very sick Arun sitting in front of the camera today. But AJVN here for July intake. Fantastic. Thanks, Srikant, for choosing us. Could you please share your inputs on is it valuable to get certified in IT Professionals New Zealand, the organization that promotes IT education? Two, if I apply visa for July intake in April 2nd or 3rd week, would I be able to make it for July intake? Okay, and here's put a couple of hashtags. Excuse me, ask AJV and AJV rocks. Thank you so much, Srikant. Really makes me happy to look at those hashtags. So to answer your question, yeah, it's always a good thing to get your qualification certified by ITP-NZ, as it is called, Information Technology Professionals in New Zealand. I think that's a good one, because sometimes that particular certificate can actually give an employer the confidence that they're dealing with the right person. So certainly, I would say yes, you can do that. And your second question is, if I apply for July intake in April. So if you're coming for the July intake, April, May, June, yeah, I think you will absolutely make it. Although recently, two of my colleagues, which is Navya and Tulika, who are both licensed immigration advisors, and they are also ex-immigration officers of New Zealand. So they actually both went from Delhi to meet the Immigration New Zealand head in Bombay and Mumbai, and some more senior staff members of the team that handles student visas. So Navya and Tulika had a fantastic interaction with them, and they were sharing the minutes of the meeting with me as well. And I think they've given very clear guidelines as to when people should apply for, to be able to make it on time for the courses. So I think you're in touch with Mubarak at the moment. Srikant. So check with Mubaraka. Mubaraka will also check with her team leader, who will be one of these two people, which is Navya or Tulika, and then you will get the exact timing. But as regards your first question, that should you get your qualifications endorsed by ITPN, so I think it's a good idea, although it may not be required if you are also coming here to New Zealand. And or about to going to if you're about to do an IT course here in New Zealand, then that particular course would automatically be recognized by AJ, NZQA, and ITP would of course also be recognizing it. So it may not be necessary, but if you have some extra money to spare and you can have the time and effort to put in to get your qualifications from India also endorsed, absolutely a good thing. I will definitely say yes to that. Okay, right. Clayton, there is some Clayton. I got some news about you, Clayton, from your AGV advisor, Lydia. She says that you are applying for a lovely master's level course in applied management, and just a few more of your documents are awaited. And she's given you some praise, and she says that you have been working very diligently on it. So well done, Clayton. That's what is required for all you guys and girls who are planning to come to New Zealand. Yes, we will work very diligently, of course, on your behalf. But two people can make that clap happen. And which is why it's great to hear that, Clayton, you're putting in your best efforts to make this happen. All right, awesome. Okay. Oh, right. Collins, I'm going back to that question. Says, can people with high school diploma get admission in New Zealand? Why not? Absolutely. It depends on which particular country your high school diploma was from. And yeah, absolutely. Collins, and because you've shared your number, I can't quite make out from which country it is. But the simple answer is yes to your question. But I'll ask my team members to get in touch with you, and we will engage you in a more detailed conversation and try to understand what exactly you're seeking. And I'm certain we'll be able to help you. All right, cool. Karen says thanks, thank you, Karen. I must say thank you um, for choosing to work with AJB. And then I think I'm trying to read my Hindi, the names in Hindi. So Raju Tamang, I think. Tamang, yeah, okay. Yeah. Say, sir, first of all, I'm really thankful for your valuable information. You're welcome. So my question is, as a BBA graduate student, what should be the career I should further pursue? Okay, I guess you're talking about career. So Raju, again, like I said, if you're a guy who's already done BBA, obviously it makes sense for you to continue in your business stream, unless and until you have some kind of a hidden talent. For instance, I did my BCom honors when I was a young guy, many moons ago. And but I realized I had a passion and talent for communication, and I aspired to do a MA in mass communication after I finished my BCom honors. So I was ready to switch from my commerce and business background and switch completely into something else like communication, which would have involved television and movie production and stuff like that. So we will need to speak to you, Raju. So please share your number and we will have a chat with you. We are not only about helping people to, get admission and visa into New Zealand, and we are also about helping people realize their true aspirations. And we are not the kind of people who will give you, those cliched, cut and paste kind of solutions. We'd like to encourage people to be who you are. And we will stand by your dreams and your aspirations. So, for all I know, Raju, you might be a hidden 3D animator. Tell us, talk to us, and let us know about it, and we'll ensure that dream comes true. All right, cool. Gayatri is confirmed that she's from India. All right, Gayatri, please get in touch with us and we'll help you, daughter. Okay. Okay. And then Harshi Kamagi. Hello, sir. I'm Tanuja, a proud AJVN from Sri Lanka. Thank you. Tanuja, that's such a lovely way to start your query. Bhavan, that's so beautifully put together. Proud AJVN from Sri Lanka. Fabulous. We are so glad that we cater to so many different nationalities. I would like to thank Ruben, Madhvi, and Akanksha for their great and big efforts and success of my student application. I got my AIP today, which is approval in principle, and so happy of it. This was a long-term dream of mine, and got successed through AGV, which is providing truthful advices all the time. The team AGV is very active with good hearts, always even to at any of our queries. Thank you very much for all the knowledge you're giving through online. I'm highly recommended AGV, even for my Sri Lankans to get access their New Zealand dream. Good luck, guys. Thank you so much, Tanuja. One of the best comments I received. Well, beautiful way to start my week, and I think. Yeah, Ruben also left a comment, Tanuja, saying we got an approval for you in spite of your previous student visa rejection through other agencies. So yeah, fantastic, Tanuja. So happy for you in the first instance, and yes, that's what we're here for to work with genuine students and ensure that good genuine students get the best support they can from a good honest company like HAB. So happy to hear you. I actually feel your happiness right now because I know how beautiful that moment is when a visa is granted. And some of my colleagues who used to work with Immigration New Zealand before as immigration officers, so we all have a chat sometimes, and I ask them, so how does it feel to be sort of on this side of the table? And they say the joy is so much more higher in fighting for a case and then getting that approval rather than being an immigration officer and approving it. They said the joy, the feeling of accomplishment is so much higher. So yeah, and thanks to people like you, Tanuja, I think had an unfortunate previous decline, but then you came to us and you trusted us and put your faith in us. And I'm glad my team and I we could stand up to your expectations. Warm welcome to New Zealand, and I hope to meet you here. Thank you so much for kindly sharing about us to all your Sri Lankan friends. So yeah, we are doing actually very well with our Sri Lankan clients, by the way. So AJV is not restricted only to India, although we have our largest number of clients coming from India, and we are very happy and proud of all our Indian clients. But we are also equally happy and proud and joyful to work with clients from Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Egypt, Brazil, Singapore, or you name it. Myanmar, one of our most recent visas and clients was also from Myanmar. So yeah, we are absolutely going global and we're getting a nice footprint and some very exciting things planned for this year, guys. So watch this space. Okay, cool. Many congratulations, Tanuja, and I hope to see you here in New Zealand. Cool. Gayatri says, thanks. Welcome, Gayatri. Please put your daughter in touch with us and we will take care of her. Don't worry. We take care of all these young people who come to us. Kuldeep Singh asks, can you accept 10 years gap? Yeah, it depends. If you had a genuine reason, Kuldeep, why you had a 10 years gap, we have no problem with that because people have gaps in their life. I went back to studies after how many years? Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember when I was in college last, but I went back and did my graduate certificate in New Zealand immigration advice to be able to get my license. So yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why there can't be long gaps. And if you are a genuine student and a genuine client who's got a good, honest, valid reason to come and study, take that post-study work visa and work towards residency, we will absolutely support you, Kuldeep. So thanks for sharing your number. Our team will get in touch with you and we will take it forward from there. All right, cool. Okay, already answered Srikant's question. So then I have a question from nobody less than Jesus God. Oh, fantastic. Today is my lucky day. Okay, so Jesus God, I wonder what your real name is, unless, yeah, sometimes people can be named Jesus. Happens a lot in the South American countries. They actually have this name to them called Jesus, which is, Jesus in Spanish. So yeah, there can be people named, but Jesus and last name God sounds a little far-fetched. All right. So hello. After trying a lot for teaching program, always lag behind by one score and PTE test. Please tell about medical physicists job scope, study chances of settlement in detail. Please. Okay. Right. Okay. Now there, I have a bit of a problem with your query there because it looks like you were trying to get into a teaching program. Uh, but you were not succeeding because you were not able to crack the required English score, whether it is PTE or IELTS. And And now we are asking whether you can shift into something like medical physicist, which is so far removed from teaching. So unless and until you are somebody who's had a very strong background in science, so yeah, potentially you could have been somebody who did a BSc, Bachelor's of Science, and then did a B.Ed, which is Bachelor's of Education, and then we're attempting to get into education in New Zealand course, but you were not able to crack the English. And then if you're seeking to get into a science related subject, yes, we will accept that. And, and but if you're just jumping at something called medical physicist just for the heck of changing because you're not able to crack the teaching side of things, then maybe not the right thing to do. But like I said, if you have and I'm assuming you have some kind of a background in science, and that's the reason you're. But there could be potentially other, if you already have a background in science, there could be other courses which will are very job oriented, um, and you could potentially look at some of them, like a medical laboratory science could be one. If you have a BSc with biology, physics, chemistry in background, or there is, maybe some health related course potentially as well, is something we could look at. Thanks for sharing your number, and one of our team members will get in touch with you, and we will also try to see why you're not able to crack your PTA, because that's obviously your first choice. You want to do teaching as a course, but you're not able to crack it for some reason. So we will see if we can help you to sort out that one band that you're not able to crack, and actually get into what you like doing, which is teaching. And because, as I keep saying, we are not people who encourage or ask people to deviate from their real interest. People must stick to their real interest always. In fact, I strongly recommend to all you young people listening, do not fall into the trap of these stupid, silly agents who will push you into something which is not your real interest. Number one, for them to earn more money. Number two, because they don't have the competence to help people to grow. So, so you be careful. You guys stick firm to your real interest and talk to a company like AGV, and we will help you get there. All right? Cool. Thanks, Jesus, for sharing your number. We will get in touch with you and see how best we can help you. All right. Okay. Prairakakar asks, okay, I was smiling at the next comment from Gaurav. Prairak says, hello, which is the best hospitality school for level 8 in New Zealand, please? Hello, can you share your number, please? So that we can give you a good list of all these institutions, because there are a lot of very good hospitality courses and institutions in New Zealand. We would like to understand which particular area of hospitality you're interested in. Is it food and beverage? Is it front office? Is it culinary? Is it administration? There are so many, subsections inside hospitality. So we would like to know, Prairak, and we can only do it if you share your number or you call us proactively. You can call us on one of these numbers. Depending on if you're in India, you can call us on that toll-free number. If you're already in New Zealand, you can call us on, excuse me, you can call us on that toll-free number in New Zealand. If you're not in India or New Zealand, just send us an email to one of those places. And yeah, we would love to get in touch with you and talk you through, because just saying this particular college is good or that particular college is good is not the right way of advising people. It is like you walk into a doctor's clinic and just say, doc, I have a headache, and the doctor straight away gives you a pill without even examining you or understands when you're having this headache, or what could be the underlying reasons and causes. That's how we guys work. We are not those people who just look at somebody's question and straight away give an answer. We don't ever do that, Prayag, because it is about your future. It is about how well you need to get onto the right track, because at this age, if you guys take the wrong track, guys, trust me, it'll take you a lot of time, money, and effort to come back. And all the time you're getting older. So please share your number, Prayak, and we would absolutely love to put all the options in front of you and then give our advice saying, okay, your special interest is in this. And for that reason, this institution is good because of these particular reasons. All right. So, yeah, please share your number. Gaurav says, yo, thank you for the t shirt, Arun Jacob. It was delivered to my brother in India. Fantastic, Gaurav. Sorry we missed having it delivered to you. The normal AJV t shirt that I wear, we give one to all our students who reach the stage of applying for the visa. We know that you're one step closer to New Zealand. So our wonderful team in India will post it, and it's a bit of a little surprise to all our students. Looks like you missed it. Well, ask your brother to enjoy the T-shirt, and I promise you, I'll send you one from here as well. Okay, so please inbox what's your size. Is it small, medium, large, and I'll have one sent you here in New Zealand as well, Gaurav. Cool. Okay, catching my breath and checking to see. Okay, Prairak, I also have a bit of a feedback from you about from my colleague Nisha, saying that you are actually connected to Nisha Karmakar, one of my colleagues, and a fantastic advisor, by the way. But you are not responsive, and that you disconnect the call, and you are not responding on or replying on WhatsApp either. See, we don't like behavior like that, Prerag, because it actually upsets me that you guys want to come and take free information from me and my colleagues who come in, but you don't want to respond back. That is actually very discourteous, and we do not like behavior like that, Prerag. So if you're a genuine human being, with sincerity, then you will need to respond back and talk to us, because at the end of the day, what are we trying to do? We are trying to help you, my friend. Sure, yeah, we are also a business, and we are also trying to earn money and run our families and take our salaries. But at the end of the day, we can only do it if people like you respond back to us, and we give the best advice possible to you and help you, because we get a lot of people who try to kind of take information from us, don't talk to us, then they land up in New Zealand to some other agency, and then they realize, oh my God, I should have gone through AJV, because once they land here, they realize the kind of mess they got themselves into, because they're in the wrong course, the wrong college, or the wrong city, or nobody to support them, as compared to our AJV students who are jumping up with joy. Check with Gaurav. In fact, if you Gaurav Tantri, who is one of I just answered about the T-shirt, you ping him, directly by yourself and ask him, hey, Gaurav, doesn't make sense for me to come through AJV, and Gaurav will tell you without any coaching from me or any of my team members, because Gaurav experienced our entire process and the way we deal with these things. So you guys need to be careful, because don't spill the milk and then start crying over it, as the old saying goes. Don't cry over spilled milk. Best is to prevent the situation right now, prior. And if you're truly sincere, and if you respect me as a senior advisor in this industry, today I request you to pick up the phone and call Nisha back and have a good conversation, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to help you to have a good future. All right? Cool. Okay. Right. Where are we at? I'm almost coming to the end of my session. Is my bell around? Yes, it is. But I'll answer a few more. I think there's still some time left here. Right. Go. Okay. Ahmad Mahfouz says, I'm an AGV student. AGV is one of the best New Zealand-based agency I have ever seen. They always give perfect and good advice to their student. However, healthcare assistant is good for future job and PR. Hey, Ahmad, thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. Much appreciated. Yes, healthcare assistant is a good field to choose, because the healthcare industry has been suffering from a lot of shortages, and in New Zealand, the number of people who are getting who are getting older is increasing, because of which healthcare assistants are kind of almost becoming a shortage. So definitely good choice, Ahmad. And some of our former students are already working as healthcare assistants. Yeah, see, I held out till the end of the session, and now my irritation in the throat has started. So yeah, good choice, Ahmad, and thank you for your kind words. Get in touch with us, and we'll help you. All right, cool. Gayatri asked me another question. Gayatri, about your other question about universities and PTs, which is better. They're both good. They're both owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. Universities tend to have a slightly higher admission criteria as compared to polytechnics, but they're both equally good. I can tell you that. Speak to our team, and they'll help you further. All right. Clayton, have a quick question. What is the role of natural disasters in New Zealand? Is it something to be concerned about? What is the safest town in this regard? I wish I could tell you one safe town in this entire planet, Clayton. So these are all acts of God as they are known in business and insurance parlance. So yeah, I mean, where I live, Hamilton, we are quite safe. So are many other cities. Natural disasters can strike anybody anywhere, and not just only in New Zealand. So don't be overly concerned about that. New Zealand has had a go back into Google and do your own research. We might have had the same amount of natural disasters like any other country would have had. Every country has its share of natural disasters, but don't fret too much about things that are not in your control. Okay, cool. I live here with my wife and kids, and I'm absolutely at peace, so nothing to worry about. Raju Tabang has shared his number and saying he would be waiting for your feedback. Raju, our team will get in touch with you immediately after this session, and then you can have a chat with them. All right? Yeah. Hassan Sajjad Shah says, can we get your support if you're already studying in New Zealand, like for post-study work visa, etc.? Yeah, absolutely, Hassan. We help non-AGV students also. Unfortunately, we do charge, we provide a free post-study work visa service to all AGV students, by the way, because of our way of saying thank you for choosing to come to New Zealand through us. But those of you who have come to New Zealand through other agencies can get in touch with us, and we will help you with your post-study work visas, but we will charge you a fee for that. Okay, so the number to call is that. If you're already in New Zealand, we've set up a toll-free number. It's 0800 696 Okay, cool. Okay, Sabina Lama, my dear friend from India, looking forward to meeting you. I'm sorry, Sabina, I was in Auckland today, but I just didn't have the time to come and say hi to you. But next time I will, I promise you. Sabina says, Kia ora, kete pefia koe, Sabina. My postgrad diploma in communication is getting over by December. My query to you is by when should I apply for post-study work visa as my visa expires on 31st March? Also, with the coronavirus issue, would this impact these visas? By the way, waiting to meet you in Auckland and get my AJB t-shirt. Absolutely. Like I told you, I was in Auckland today with Mary, but we guys were very rushed for time, and we had to rush back to Hamilton because Mary had to go pick a kid from the kindergarten or kindy as we call it. So I was the official driver for the day. So we rushed back, Sabina. But no, but certainly I'm quite keen to meet you as well, and hear about all your PR stories because you've shared some amazing stories on your Facebook. So I've been quite curious to meet you, to be honest. Um, you can apply for your post-study work visa the moment you get the course completion certificate from your university. So that's what we recommend people. And ideally, we would say 4 to 6 weeks before the end date on your of your visa, which of your current student visa, which is 31st March in this instance. So that's what we strongly recommend. And as I just shared with somebody else, I think with Hassan, we do provide a free post-study work visa service to all our AGV students. So lucky you, you get a free service from us. And so just pick up the phone, talk to Virginia or to Rena or to Mary, and we will help you. But you're still some time away, so don't stress too much. One of my advices to people, Sabina, is stop to smell the roses. You come off the the treadmill called working in India, and I quite enjoy what you're doing. I can see. I keep following your Facebook, by the way, so it's kind of nice to see that you're taking your time to get the sights and sounds of New Zealand. And I like the fact you're really enjoying yourself. So yeah, take your time. Don't be in a hurry. We are always a phone call away at any time to help you. And yeah, sure, absolutely. Your T-shirt is also on the way. Please inbox me whether your sizes are medium, large, or small, and I'd be happy to. But I'm quite keen to come and meet you as well. It'll be lovely. So next time I and Maria they will come drop by and say hi to you and buy you a coffee or a beer, whatever you prefer. All right, cool. All right. Ankit is giving some advice to all prospective students, saying you must all listen to the New Zealand national anthem. I love it as well, Ankit, by the way. I love the introduction in Maori and then the way it switches to English. I love it as well. Yeah. Jasmeet Malhotra says it's regarding my wife's interest for masters in supply chain management or MBA. Bit confused. Jasmeet, I completely understand. And again, as I keep saying, I just can't say without knowing any background whether for your wife it is best to go it into business supply chain management or MBA. We need to know a few more details. Thanks for sharing your number. One of our team will get in touch with you, and we will certainly come back and help you with that. But hey, look, we would love to work with you. And like we've helped hundreds and hundreds of couples to move to New Zealand and settle down and do well here. All right, cool. Somebody from Ghana has written saying, Abibu Sunny, I am thinking of having internship volunteer. Hey, Abibu, you will need to share your number, mate, and we can help you. So, yeah, please give us your number. Jay Krishna, MP says, has asked me some questions about Master's in Structural Engineering. Great course, Jay Krishna, but unfortunately, I have not shared your number. So, would you be so kind as to inbox me your number or share it right here if you don't want to, if you're okay sharing it in the public platform, but otherwise just inbox it to me and we will get back to you. And yeah, Srikant says, thank you. You're welcome, Srikant. Chinna, I'm just running through all the finishing questions. There's just a few more left and then I'll get on. I'm sure my team has told me it is time to ring the bell. Ah, there she is. My colleague Jyoti is my timekeeper when I do these live sessions, and she says, "Okay." I think she also counts to see how many times I'm coughing. So anyhow, right. Okay, I'll finish off this last few quick ones. China M says, I'm existing AGV student. China, how is there a difference in taking a 180 versus 240 credit course? Well, with respect to post-study work visa or towards your PR master's degree? Not really, China. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a bearing towards the post-study work visa or towards residency for that matter. I mean, towards residency, yes, if you are doing the 2 years masters and then you have the required 160 points to be able to make a claim for direct residency at the residency stage. Potentially, perhaps it can, but not at the post-study, work visa level. So, and by and large, most people do not get the 160 points, even if they do a 2 years masters, which normally will be a 240 credit course. But like I said, talk to your advisor, whoever there is. So, like I'm already out of time, so I'm not getting too much into depth with it, but ask to speak to one of our licensed advisors who is based in India, and we will be able to give you a much more detailed answer. But like I said, don't stress too much. It's about going logically step by step, finishing your course, getting a post-study work visa, which is absolutely not a problem, even if you're doing a 180 credit course. Getting it to a relevant job, and if you're going to come for, masters, I think it will be pretty cool. You should be able to crack a job. All right, so don't worry too much about it. Universal Video Vlog says, Kiora, sir, Kiora, I'm already getting help with HAV and now got conditional offer for Masters in Civil Engineering. Wow, fantastic. At AUT, very good institution. It is my second Masters looking in New Zealand. Is it in line to get job after Masters in Civil Engineering? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We are absolutely short of people in the construction industry. So please come and do your civil engineering and join our construction industry because we have lots of homes and roads to build. All right. Cool. Right. John Wesley asks, share this number. How can I apply for a work permit visa? Go back to my YouTube and check a video which says, how can I find a job in New Zealand? And it explains why it may not be the easiest of things to do when you're not present in the country. Have a read of that. Have a listen of that video and then get in touch with our team. We've also shared your number, John. One of our team members will get in touch with you and we will hopefully put you on the path towards your work visa. Sabina says, thank you. Yes, Sabina, I'm looking forward to catching up with you and having a coffee very, very soon. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. Girls, it's been lovely as always. I really thought I wouldn't last very long, but I seem to have some nice reserves of energy for an old man, which is pretty cool, even if I'm giving myself a pat on the back. So thanks as always for watching my videos and my live sessions and this will, of course, be followed by my colleagues Tulika, Navya, and Mary, who will also come live this week. And yeah, I mean, sometimes we wonder whether we're doing too many live sessions, but then we said, hey, look, there are people every day who want to get good information, authentic information from licensed immigration advisors, and that is why we do this as our service to all you beautiful people who want to migrate to New Zealand. Because as much as you want to migrate to New Zealand, we in New Zealand also want to attract the best talent from different parts of the world. So come to this beautiful country called Aotearoa, or the land of the long white cloud, and come through AJV, and we will make your dreams come true. All right. So till the next time, see you later. Good night. Pomarie. Bye bye.